Alrighty guys, we're back for some Azorius Training Grounds, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Faerie Mastermind is a 2-mana, 2/1 with flash and flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. Nice, keeping our hand nice and stocked because it also has this bottom ability for 3 and a blue. Each player draws a card, so you end up activating that on your opponent's turn, and you end up drawing 2 cards from that one ability. While they are drawing off of it, I think it's gonna be in your favor most of the time. Hopefully. It's not like we're running Shieldred in this deck to pair with it. But we do have Training Grounds. This is a 1-mana enchantment. We have all 4 of them in here to try it out. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. So if you get a couple of these down, then an ability like Faerie Mastermind is only 1 blue mana, which actually seems pretty insane in letting you activate it multiple times because it says nothing about only once each turn and stuff, right? We actually have more fairies packed in here too. Faerie Vandal, letting us actually play this deck because it is a tempo build, right? With all this flash flying nonsense. So this is a 2 mana, 1/2 flash flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Faerie Vandal, pairing beautifully with our other fairy, huh? Speaking of tempo, we have all 4 Fading Hopes here on the front of the build. Just a very powerful card, isn't it? Got 3 Make Disappear. Honestly, probably not enough counter spells packed in here since it's definitely worth having when you are able to keep open your flash creatures as well, so. Also, the flying on these are absolutely gross, man. The amount of times that flying has come in handy these past couple months is kind of insane, so. What's this? A Union of the Third Path build on Red's channel? What's going on, man? 3 mana, instant speed, draw a card, then you gain life equal to the number of cards in hand. Yep, if you're drawing a ton off of Mastermind and everything, you could put an early nail in the coffin against like mono red or something by just gaining way too much life and then still activating all of your extra draw abilities like the Faerie Vandal +1/+1 counter and stuff, you know? Nice. More stuff to work with the Training Grounds. We got Urza, Lord Protector. It's a 3 mana 2/4 legendary creature, artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Nice. We do have some artifacts packed in here. For 7 mana, if you or less if you have Training Grounds, right? Because that is an activated ability. Anyways, if you both own and control Urza Lord Protector and an artifact named the Mightstone and Weakstone, exile them, then meld them into Urza Planeswalker. Activate only as a sorcery. So Urza Planeswalker is a 7 loyalty legendary Planeswalker. You may activate the loyalty abilities on Urza Planeswalker twice each turn rather than once. That's pretty good. Look at these abilities, man. +2 artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. Nice. Got a +1 here. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Sure. We got a 0 where you create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. You got a -3 exile target non-land permanent. Yeah, when this comes out, you could just do that twice. Why not, right? It's got a -10 artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. Pretty cool, guys. I think it'll actually be easy to flip in a deck like this too, but we'll see. It's got a big target on its back as well, huh? Got a couple Thran Spiders in here, fitting that artifact theme, but also has an activated ability at the bottom for 7 mana. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That Power Stone token comes in handy. The Reach really comes in handy. It's like I just said, the flying, these last couple months, these flying creatures have been insane. And so that extra flying, that like the Phoenix Chick and stuff like that, Reach is pretty good, honestly, right now, in standard at least. Okay, where are the other artifacts in here then? Of course, we got the 3 Mightstone Weakstones to work with Urza, works with the card draw, works as removal, very powerful artifact. We got 2 Platoon Dispensers, what on earth, right? It's a 5 mana 4/6. Now, it's an artifact creature. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more other creatures, draw a card. Completely possible in this deck, right? And you're drawing that extra card, working with the Faerie Vandal, all that other nonsense, right? So pretty cool. Keeping our hand stocked for the Union of the Third Path buffs and life gain, right? Kind of sort of buffs, but yeah. Now we got an activated ability at the bottom here. For 3 and a white, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. This also has Unearth for 2 and double white, which is pretty cool. Potentially letting us unearth it and use that ability or whatever. So when you do unearth it, it does, you return it. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, so that could also help you wrap up games that way too. Yeah, you got a Training Grounds down. That bottom ability becomes just 2 mana to poop out a little 1/1 soldier. Or if you have a couple Training Grounds, which is really where this deck would probably get a little overpowered, right? Then it's just 1 white mana to get a soldier. And then you get a couple of them down, and all of a sudden you already have 2 or more other soldiers, so you get that extra card draw. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know how often we end up just casting this out for all 5 when we do have like Mightstone Weakstone to work with it, where you can tap it for the 2 and then keep like a Make Disappear open on the same turn or something. So pretty cool, huh? We got Jin-Gitaxias here. It's a 5 mana, 5/5. Uh-oh. We have the, you guys told me how to get rid of this, and I forgot to. Let's see. Normal Jin. There we go. Whoop. I froze the game. I broke it, guys. Oh, there you go. Okay, there's the backside. Let's go. Thank you guys for letting me know in the comments how to fix that, by the way. They need to fix that bug, though. I want to apply my styles. Anyways, 5 mana, 5/5. Legendary creature has Ward too, which is pretty good. We know how powerful Ward can actually be. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, draw a card. Huh, okay, not bad. Like, you play Mightstone Weakstone, you get that card draw. Nice. You got 3 and a blue, exile Jin, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery, and only if you have 7 or more cards in hand. So again, you got Training Ground or something that costs a little less, although it's not unheard of just to pay the 4. Like, 4 mana isn't that bad, so we're not really looking at Training Grounds for the Jin here. But 7 or more cards in hand and a deck where we're drawing off of almost everything is not going to be unheard of. Flips into the Great Synthesis. First chapter on this saga is draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for as long as you control the Great Synthesis. Chapter 2, return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hands. Chapter 3, you may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana costs, and then you exile this and return it as Jin. Cool, man, cool. First time I'm playing with this, actually. We don't get to play blue too often, honestly, so. The very top end, couple Cityscape Levelers acting as more ways to just remove and more ways to help us wrap up games too. The trample 8/8 is absolutely disgusting, man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply my style back for the Jin. Mana base, we got 8 islands, a single plains. We're heavily leaning towards blue here, obviously, right? Got the Soaring City, Seat of the Empire, and a bunch of dual land. All the rare dual lands, right? For these 2 colors, except for the Soldier dual land, obviously. But yeah, anyways, we also have a Roadside Reliquary here. More ways to draw, and we do have artifacts and enchantments in here. Oh yeah, the Training Grounds is the enchantments. I'm like, I know I put this in here for a reason, right? But yeah, Training Grounds is the enchantment, and then we have a bunch of other artifacts. So the single Roadside Reliquary hopefully won't hold us up when it comes time to actually cast things down. Honorable mentions, guys. For Training Grounds, I thought about cards like Patchwork Crawler. That could have been a cool one to build around, but not this time round. I think just going for like the whole fairies blitzing the face in the air is going to be a little bit more powerful, right? Also thought about the Reality Architect, but could not squeeze it in this time round. Okay, guys, is that everything? I think so. I think this is going to be a fun one, man. So let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, what am I expecting from the build? Kind of the same as yesterday's video, man. I'm expecting jank, But I'm not going to be surprised at all if we just run away with the game. So we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, good hand. Nothing like early on. No early tempo between Fading Hope and Make Disappear and stuff, but when we have cards like Union of the Third Path on 3 to gain us a bit, I think this is totally fine. Or we could ramp with Thran, or we could get Urza down too. I don't know what we end up doing here, honestly. I do know one thing, it's probably turn 1 Deserted Beach unless we draw Fading Hope. And Island is fine too. Yeah, we'll get the Island down. Totally fine. Okay, Mistress Foundry. Tenacious Underdog, nice. Okie dokies, we have Faerie Mastermind open, but we probably don't block, we probably just flash it in. Liliana, that's a pain. I definitely don't want to be discarding too much when we rock the Union of the Third Path. We'll get rid of one of the wastes, although I do think the mana will come in handy. There's a possibility that we just end up drawing even more mana next turn, so they go for the swing. We're going to take the 3. We're going to flash down Faerie Mastermind, and we're probably going to swing at that Liliana. Fading Hope, nice. Union is open. Thran Spider's good too. Thran Spider blocks the underdog well and doesn't get hit by Go for the Throat. Same with Urza, honestly. And Urza makes the Thran a little cheaper for next turn. First things first, we gotta make it so that way that has to be plussed. Or if they go -2, we just get rid of Mastermind, keep Urza as a blocker. So we're trying Urza here, hoping that they don't have Go for the Throat, but, you know, if they do, then the question is, was it just Thran Spider last turn? Now we pose the question, right? Was it just Thran Spider last turn for the sake of Go for the Throat? Wow, they trade out that Liliana. Okay. 3 to our face. Thran Spider still really good here. Union of the Third Path looking a little weaker right now. Keep Fading Hope open just in case over the Seachrome Coast. At this point, yeah, Union of the Third Path not looking great. If we would have kept that open last turn, maybe it would have been a little better, but it's still card drawn. It's still a little bit of life gain too, so it's not too bad overall. Yeah, so Go for the Throat does not hit the Thran, but another Liliana would, so... Yep, Liliana. We could bounce Thran back. So they go -2, we could bounce Thran. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, we get a Scry, we get an extra Power Stone, and then Thran has the opportunity to block the underdog. Yeah, I don't think we need more land right now, game. Although Roadside Reliquary could be good, we don't have an enchantment either, so I think we send that. A lot of other better things we could find. They could still power up Foundry here because of the Power Stone token. Not this time, though. They're keeping something open. Unfortunately, we won't have Union of the Third Path here open. It's going to be a Power Stone, and the Seachrome Coast coming down tapped is particularly bad. Wonder if we keep it in hand just for the sake of gaining 1 extra life off of the Union? Or do we want to get it down just for the sake of getting land on the board? I guess we better play it because there's a chance that we see Jin off the top and we can't use... Wait. Yeah, Jin's not an artifact creature, right? Crap, I'm forgetting right now. I don't think the... I think they're just Phyrexian Praetors or whatever. Discard a card, we'll get rid of Coast. Yeah, see, the Liliana is making the Union even worse, so very bad first match for the Union of the Third Path, unfortunately, but it's still something. Fading Hope. Alright, we start with the draw, because there could be something that we actually play this turn, and we go back up to 13. Training Grounds is actually pretty good. Because the Thran Spider ability being 5 mana isn't half bad when 2 of the mana is from Power Stones over here. Yeah, it's not half bad, man. Oh, they do have the -2 on Lily, so I guess we go Fading Hope again. If we swing, they double block, but I guess that could be really good too because we can Fading Hope the Foundry. And again, yeah, Cut Down doesn't hit Thran Spider, Go for the Throat doesn't hit Thran Spider. Actually gonna Fading Hope the Underdog instead, because then, one, if they block with Foundry, their Foundry dies. Cityscape Leveler, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cityscape Leveler. I'm gonna actually keep it. Call me crazy, guys. I know we can't play it yet, but we do have the Thran ability next turn. So we draw Leveler next turn, and then we can use Thran ability for 5. Find another artifact. Well, all of our artifacts won't be able to be played out then. I don't know. Something tells me to keep Leveler for this game. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a mistake, though. So they ended up keeping Liliana around. Do they end up taking care of the Thran Spider then? They do not. Discard the Tenacious Underdog. Nice. Okay. Activate ability. Let's see what we see. Top 4. Another Leveler. Okay. I'm going to keep this back as a blocker, although they do have the -2 quite successfully here, don't they? They have a great block here, though, regardless, so I guess it's... Oh, no, the Glutton. It's still going to be the -2 for the Liliana, though, huh? So saving the Leveler on top probably wasn't the greatest. I do like... Whoops. I do like how we bounced the Thran Spider back to save it that one time. But we're probably dead now, unless we see land off the top. Even so, land off the top, going Leveler, and then discarding a card for Glutton is still really bad. And then the Liliana is just still chilling over there, looking all happy. Well, that's a pretty good one. That's kind of sort of what we were looking for off of Thran Spider, but even so, we wouldn't have been able to play it last turn off of Thran Spider, so... Alright, let's do this. Discard the Leveler. And now... Maybe. I mean, they're gonna have us discard the other Leveler. We'll bring one back. It has haste and trample. Wow. That's not great. That's not great to see, man.
Tired of your secrets.
How do we get rid of Flesh Gorger successfully? We don't, do we? Because of the... Yeah, we just don't. The ward is pay life equal to Phyrexian Flesh Gorger's power. So not the greatest first game, but we still did a lot with the deck here. You have training grounds to get down to. Oh man, yeah, no, Liliana's like one of the worst case scenarios for a deck like this, I would say, honestly. Alright, I do. Good game, opponent, buddy. Good game. Does that not work? Oh, you're not allowed paying the... Oh, I thought that was the best way to concede. I mean, it's still a good game because they swing with the Flesh Gorger, but... Yeah, no, you can't pay the cost if you don't have it. I always forget that, I do. If it said, like, ward lose life, maybe that would work. I don't really know how that would have to be worded. It would probably have to be worded lose, because, yeah, you can't pay it if you don't have it. Well, either way, I think the deck can do better than that. While I do still expect jankiness, I think it can do much better than what we just showcased there. So let's do this. And we really just fizzled cards out. Like, we weren't able to keep our hand nice and stocked like I was originally expecting, so... Faerie Vandal, okay. Okay. Nothing to work with training grounds, but we go first too. Like, this is totally fine, man. Got a couple to keep open here. Okay, potentially Selesnya Toxic, although we do see some Selesnya enchantments run 1 or 2 Skrelv as well, so. Alright, Faerie Vandal is ready to be flashed in, man. Kami of Transients, come on, swing with Skrelv, that would be funny. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it. Yeah, they want to keep the protection open. The protection on Skrelv is really good. Luckily, Urza blocks well. Soaring City's fine. Alright, Urza. Do we keep blocker open? Or swing for 1 in the air? I think we keep blocker for this turn. Against Selesnya enchantments, removal is everywhere. So they're probably going to hit Urza for the turn. And they could still have Ossification here because Naturalist makes it cheaper. So Urza's gone, and we might... I mean, they could just call blue on Kami. Spirited Companion, it's not removal, but they did get the Kami of Transients above the Urza. So I guess it's got to be Mightstone and Weakstone next turn. Just take the 4, keep the Vandal, right? No blocks. The opponents have been putting a lot of pressure on. I would love to restock our hand with Mightstone, Weakstone, but we probably got to get rid of something here, right? Yeah, it is just a Phyrexian Praetor, by the way. Okay, Mightstone, Weakstone comes down. We should probably take care of Kami of Transients. As much as I'd love to restock my hand. That's a 4/4, man. We got to get rid of it. Skrelv doesn't do anything here because Mightstone Weakstone is colorless. And next turn we might have Lord Protector. There's something about this that makes me want to keep Vandal back as a blocker. I don't know why. Maybe I should have swung with it the last couple turns, but hey, Commune with Spirits, underplayed in Selesnya enchantments. Seriously, underplayed. Like, that helped them find Calyx. So good. So good. They still have something here, too. Audacity. Let's see. Or an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player. You may create a token that's a copy of non-legendary enchantment. We could take 6. We could block. Take 4. No blocks. No blocks. All right. See, I don't know why I'm keeping the Faerie Vandal back. There's just like something that's telling me to keep it back as an emergency blocker. I don't know. I mean, we know how explosive decks like this can be, but all right, check it out. Check it out, guys. I think this is my first time ever. I was so excited. See, it cost 5 because training ground, so we didn't need to see the land off the top. So how freaking cool is that? Let's do this. Let's get some exiles going, man. Gonna draw off of Audacity here. Okay, instant sorceries and artifacts. Nothing in our hand right now, unfortunately. Wow, that's really unfortunate, isn't it? So, gonna go exile you. Maybe exile Calyx, but then they full swing. Skrelv! Skrelv! No, Skrelv! I forgot about Skrelv. How could I do this? No! Oh, can we do it again? For the same card? I guess, but now it's like... Skrelv, man. What a pain in the butt. We could... Yeah, we could take out Calyx. Crap. That was a misplay, guys. It was really bad. I just completely overlooked Skrelv as a card that could stop a Planeswalker from targeting. So I can only imagine we're dead this turn. They don't want to swing at Urza. They want to just full swing face for sure. Okay. Because we're at 12. And they could have swung with the Skrelv too. But now we can protect Urza quite successfully with a chump block. And go down to 6. We don't know what's in their hand though. It might just be more land too. But if it was like removal for our creature or something, then they had 12 on the board. Get an extra card draw with the Spirit. See, Urza surviving's fine, but I don't know how we actually get around this. Not with the Skrelv protection. Union of the Third Path is pretty good. Because we'll make that cost 1, and we're going back up to 8.
This is the legacy of the Thran.
We could also draw 2, discard 1, then Union. Could get some chump blockers, but they have Trample. And we can't go the -3. Let's go with this. See what we see. Probably ditch the Jin because it's not doing anything for us this turn. Man. Okay. I guess we'll draw on Union this turn because there's a chance of seeing land. or something else that we want to play. Like, I'd love to get the Vandals down, you know what I mean? Flash those down. And then go Union. Well, not flash them down, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, Mightstone, Weakstone. That is a way to kill the Naturalist. They draw... Do they still have lethal on the board? Probably, depending on what's in their hand, because we're only at 13. Either way, best case scenario, dude. We got to hit that Naturalist. Let's do this. I guess they could have protection in hand, but... At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they have 10. So it's probably still game, right? Probably. But that was pretty good, man. We pulled back relatively well. If I wouldn't have done that -3, maybe we'd still be in this, guys. Honestly, maybe. That doesn't buff their board. That buffs their board. Okay. Still have 2 mana remaining. Is it gonna be 12, 13? Yep. Yep, GG, 14 total, right? Oh no, the Weaver of Harmony buffs the Calyx as well, and all of their Spirited Companions. Good game, opponent? Where are they swinging? I guess they wanted to hit the Urza too, just to be safe. Good game. What? Wait a minute, did they not?
Disaster.
I don't understand. Maybe they let us survive a turn because they have a crazy board state, but that's super risky against these colors, man, because I could just drop a board wipe. We don't have any board wipes in here, obviously, but... Alright, let's just pass it back and then flash in our Faerie Vandals for the sake of playing something. We'll also let them play it out. They might have that one quest where you gotta attack with creatures, and that's a lot of creatures, man. That could get their quest done right away. Drop the Faerie Vandal. Drop the Faerie Vandal number 2. If we would have seen more mana this game too, outside of my misplay, we really could have seen more, I would say. Now we drop the GGs, the appropriate time to drop the GGs, because apparently I dropped it early. Oh, Selesnya Enchantments. I think it's been a while since I beat Selesnya Enchantments. I gotta be real with you. This might turn into another Azorius Soldier's Curse. I don't remember the last time I won. I'll have to think about that, or you guys will have to let me know if you saw me win recently against Selesnya Enchantments. Come on, guys. Azorius Training Grounds. I don't care how janky the deck looks. We can totally get there. I'm actually shocked at how hard it actually is to keep our hand stocked right now, man. Now I'm sketched out by only the 2 lands, but I think we can get there. There we go. Faerie Mastermind. This is great. Oh, yeah, that makes it a little bit harder, but at least we still have the cards to flash out. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Vanguard's bad. We could always go... Oh, my goodness, guys. Okay, mono white humans. Happen a lot right now. I think it's going to be Mastermind over Vandal, and hope we draw a land here. Jeez. Okay, Fading Hope. Yes, it could be good. It could be. I don't know what we end up doing, guys. I don't think we can outpace this at all. So I guess we keep a blocker. A third mana would have been good because Urza blocks really well on the ground. And Make Disappear wouldn't have been open either. So the Cathar still would have landed regardless. And then it has the ward too. Uh-oh, fast game. Very fast game. A full swing means we could trade out the Vanguard instead of going... No, keeping the Vanguard back because they know we have flash creatures. Alright, what the heck. We'll make it a little less damage and then... Oh my goodness, get off the top of my deck. Sir? Sir, I need land, sir. There we go. Let's go. Okay. So, not a lot of great ways to take care of Cathar. Coppercoat's going to land next turn. We did prevent a little bit of damage and make him have to spend more mana next turn too. We can't attempt to Make Disappear. They have 4 mana already. Alright, Urza, you're not doing too much out there, buddy, but you're gonna try your dandiest, okay? Just don't get picked up by Brutal Cathar number 2. There's the Vanguard we sent back. Oh, buddy. Still just looks absolutely disgusting. Wow, we actually stopped them from swinging with Cathar at least. How far are we in the video? 31? Good game. We're gonna take the damage, guy. There's... Like, we block, we go down to 4, and then they still have just this huge board state. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Man, if we drop some of the tempo and go up some board wipes, then maybe. But even then, in that particular match, if we had something like Depopulate, we didn't even have the 4 mana anyways. So there was nothing that we could have done if we added board, except a temporary lockdown. But that's like very specific. Like you need to be seeing very specific decks to actually run like 1 or 2 of those. But like that mono white is definitely one of those builds, so... Come on, guys, we gotta see the, we gotta actually see the deck do something today. I believe in us. I'm shocked that we're not drawing better here in general. I'm gonna opt for a turn 2 Mastermind over the turn 1 Training Grounds, because Deserted Beach is slow land, so... 2 open for Selesnya colors. Make Disappear was a very good draw. There we go. See the tempo side of things by keeping both of these open. Yep. Great target for us. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Now we're talking. Now we can keep 3 open for Union, Faerie, or we could go Urza for the turn, which makes the Dispenser cheaper. Okay. There's a chance that we actually see a land off the top, and I'd love to play Platoon Dispenser at some point today. Okay, more Selesnya enchantments. We should definitely be scared, bro. We should definitely be scared. The Reign of Truth down for next turn, I suppose. No land. Should we talk about more mana in here? How much mana do I have? How much do I have? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna try to draw the land on our turn. Ugh. Alright, very well. Keep Urza as a blocker, I suppose, even though it might just get picked up by removal. And now if we see land, the Urza might just be gone, so we still can't get Platoon Dispenser down. Not removal yet. They get a plains here. Drop the plains. It could still be removal, though. Ossification. Womp womp. Well, guys, no Platoon Dispenser yet, but that doesn't mean we can't get there. We're still at 26. Woohoo! Okay, we're down to 17, man. That is a big naturalist. I found the land, guy. Even if we played Platoon Dispenser last turn, we couldn't have blocked a 9/9, and they probably still would have picked up the Urza over Dispenser, right? Maybe. Maybe. A couple flash creatures here, and Union open. It's not lining up, man. The mana's really not lining up for us today. Or the deck isn't lining up very well, is it? See, if we would have actually been able to get to the 5, then we'd have, like, the Faerie Vandal and the Union open for the turn. Get that extra buff there, too. Hollowed Haunting. Oh my goodness, guys. We are getting obliterated this evening. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That might just be it. That might just be game. We do have flying, though. Never mind. 14 in the air. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's just Union. Maybe it's just Union again, man. Take the 14. It's so bad. It's so bad, guys. Dude's looking at training grounds like, why? Why? Oh, man. Back up to 8. Union of the Third Path actually did a pretty good thing, and Make Disappear is just a turn too late. Okay, maybe we talk about 4 Make Disappears and going up a land. We still have chump blockers for the turn, but we're in trouble, man. We're in some serious trouble. The good news is, this was a fast one, so we can actually get one more match in for the evening. And even though we're getting incredibly obliterated, I hope you're still enjoying your time here. The deck has to do something eventually, though, right? We got a pretty nice curve. I should maybe check how much mana we actually have. Let's just take the 7. Down to 1. Let's see what happens. Removal for Vandal. Hollowed Haunting number 2. Oh, buddy. Okay, Fading Hope. Yep. We'll go ahead and let them swing on in. See if Fading Hope could hit a good target. Well, yeah. Good game, opponent. Good game, buddy. Let's go with the block on you, and then we go send the other portrait back. So we had a little bit of tempo going on, but yeah, Platoon Dispenser number 2. But overall, and we had a really good hit on the wedding announcement earlier with the Make Disappear, so okay. We can totally get there, guys. I'm losing a little bit of hope, but not all hope is lost just yet. Let's see if we can get that final game victory where things line up a little bit better for us. Oh, but this one's definitely one that I gotta put Jank in the title for, man. Definitely. Put it on the do not craft list, although, as I always say, I highly recommend not crafting most things, right? Only putting them together if you already have the cards. Guys, I'm concerned. What do I have in here? Like 21 land? Because that's what it feels like right now. I should have checked. Fading Hope's open. But we keep this because like we have enough going on here to work for a second. Ambitious Farmhand. We should have 24 with all the additional card draw and everything, and also the Urza making things a little cheaper. Fading Hope hitting Farmhand is really bad. Okay. We saw some land. That's good. Make Disappear's open. Faerie Mastermind is open. Make Disappear might hit another wedding announcement, honestly. Swing for 1 first. Yep, we'll take it. Alright. Might hit a counter then. Alright, nice. That's good. We got to see the tempo side of things here. Union is available. Alright, we swing. And pass it. Wow, nothing from the opponent for the turn. Maybe it was just some other form of counterspell that they kept open. Deserted Beach. Not really sure what the opponent's playing here. Alright, Union of the Third Path. I think it's better than getting Vandal down. Or a counterspell on Third Path is probably better than a counterspell on our creature, right? So Wandering Emperor, take out Mastermind. We do gain quite a bit of life here, but Mastermind being gone is definitely a problem. Hit the 4th mana. Great news. Unfortunately, Wandering Emperor gets to survive for the turn, guys. So, we'll see. I don't know what we're up against, but we're definitely up against a more scary version of Azorius than what we're playing right now. So, um, okay, yep, taking the 2. Then we're gonna get Vandal down. And then we still have Make Disappear, but it looks like Vandal's gonna land. And again, Fading Hope on the farm hand is just not good, man. It just isn't. Alright. 5th mana. Let's go! Okay. Mightstone, Weakstone. Get a draw, swing at Wandering Emperor. Let's do it. Unless it gets countered. Crap. If we went Platoon Dispenser, though, that's technically worse. Well, I don't really know. The counter on Mightstone Weakstone would be really bad for us right now. But if we draw, have a 2-3, swing at Emperor. I don't know, man. I don't know. Blue. Oh, it lands. It must be spot removal, 2nd Emperor, maybe? Maybe. Okay. More land. I don't mind seeing it, honestly. I don't. At this point. Maybe this deck just has too many concepts packed in, but not really. Like, there's only a few things. It just really didn't feel like it lined up well for us today, did it? 2nd Emperor, then -2. They should probably just... I don't know. It depends what they have in hand, because they still have 5 cards in hand, so... Yeah, then they could still drop the Emperor and go -2 if they want Vandal to die. Vandal survives. They do nothing for the turn, guys. 5 mana open, they do nothing. I have no idea what we're up against, man. Lay down arms on Vandal is sorcery speed removal, so... What else did they keep in hand, then? Keep 5 open? What is happening? So we'll have 3... I'm gonna use that. Go like this. That way we have as many blue sources open as possible. No clue what we're up against, man. The farm hand's confusing too, but I'm assuming it's Azorius control. Training grounds. It's pretty cool. We have the Platoon Dispenser ability open if Training Grounds lands, so we can actually generate a creature. Or keep the... It says nothing about sorcery speed, so we can also keep Make Disappear open and Fading Hope. Okay. Nice. Let's pass it back to the opponent? Question mark? I have no clue what's happening, man. Thirst. Yeah, they have the 2 open, so Make Disappear doesn't land, and I'm definitely not sacrificing the Dispenser when we can instead generate some creatures to sacrifice instead. This lined up a little bit better for us, and we actually got to get cards onto the board too, which is really nice. So far, so good. I don't know what the opponent's playing, though. Opponent. What you got, buddy? What you got? Rocking 6 more Wandering Emperors in hand. Now, if they had their 2nd Wandering Emperor, they would have played it a couple turns ago. They potentially could have drawn it. And they have to play around counterspells right now is what they're thinking about, because we still have 2 open, so... See, look at this, man. Look at the tempo side of this. It's kind of insane, right? Okay, gets around to Make Disappear quite successfully. Wonder what they end up doing with the Jace. Jace is probably one of their win conditions, by the way, so there's probably multiple of these. We go Fading Hope farmhand. I think we just generate creature for a turn. How do you guys feel about that? I think that's completely fine. Pretty cool getting that out with Training Grounds. Mightstone, Weakstone, number 2. Not bad. But I think we're going to go for the draw on the Roadside Reliquary here. See what we see. Union of the Third Path. Another Training Grounds. That's good. That's pretty good, guys. Mightstone, Weakstone would be the draw. Rather try to take Jace out with the Platoon Dispenser, though. So let's start with that. And that's it. See if they just chump here for the turn. Or if we can get a Wandering Emperor out of their hand and then go make disappear on the Wandering Emperor, that would be really good too. Because now we actually have mana to go Union of the Third Path and the make disappear. Jace is out of here, dude. They wanted to keep farmhand. No chump. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Because they didn't even try to save the Jace. If it is a Wandering Emperor, they pass it back to their turn. All right. I mean, definitely playing around counter spells. Then I would expect. They have 4 open. Let's do this. Casualty. And we could actually go make disappear number 2, but I want them to tap out is the thing. We still have the dispenser's ability here. We could actually activate it 3 times. There we go. So they pay 2. And going wide with the dispenser is probably the best thing over the Union of the Third Path. How do you guys feel about that? Because we haven't seen any board wipes or anything yet, and they like protected their farmhand for some reason too, so I am relatively confused. Might be a bit of a longer last game here, guys, as we definitely are up against a control style build. We go Fading Hope, we do get the Scry. While they get farmhand back, at least we'll get to swing at Jace successfully. Jin's pretty good, huh? We should keep Jin as a way to wrap up the game. Pay the 1. Okay. So we swing at Jace, swing 2 to face. Keep everything open? No, play Jin for sure, right? So swing at Jace, 2 to face. Feel like we need an extra little rhyme here. Could have unioned first. This doesn't give us enough to counter. I'm actually not doing that, guys. Union on our turn means there's no counter spell. Oh. That was supposed to be a white source, so we'll do that. Gain a little bit, draw, get a land down, sure, why not? Alright, Platoon Dispenser is open. We get that extra card draw off a dispenser as well. It's looking like it's anyone's game. I'm still waiting for the board wipe, man. Okay, farmhand comes down, so no farewell. To go Fading Hope again. I don't know, man. I have no idea. Technically, I don't know what the opponent's deck is. I'm relatively positive it's Azorius control, but at the same time, I'm just not certain. Platoon Dispenser getting gobbled up. Can make them pay. We still have enough for our Fading Hope. So let's have them tap out a little bit. And then go Fading Hope and generate our soldier back. Right? So they end up paying, if they end up paying for the soul partition, then we can still protect Platoon Dispensary with Fading Hope. Oh, they want to keep it open. Okay, sweet. Very nice. We can generate a couple more soldiers. I'd be interested to see more of the opponent's deck for sure. Okay. We'll activate this twice. That bounces back to our hand, and it's pretty easy to get back on the board because Mightstone, Weakstone ramp. More mana, not bad. Alright. I'm pumping everything back onto this board. Actually, I should have started with the swing, huh? Should we play around a board wipe or just get Jin down for the turn? I guess we'll play around the board wipe. Oh, I tapped so many white sources for that. I'm a little upset. I was gonna go wide with our soldiers. We play around the board wipe by keeping our creature back and then going Fading Hope onto the Platoon Dispenser when the board wipe does hit the board, right? So, 1 second, guys. I gotta sit up in my chair, on the edge of my seat, apparently. Farewell. All right, gotta bring you back for sure. They could have something here. It's hitting artifacts, creatures, enchantments. Make disappear. I mean, I would definitely pay the 4. Oh, or the 2. They didn't sacrifice farmhand. Removal? Even the farewell, getting rid of the training grounds and everything. Ah, okay. I see. Alright, we will go ahead and resolve it. Unfortunately, the exile does... Oops! It doesn't matter that I paid it, it's fine. Because they're tapped out too, so... Yeah, playing around the board wipe was huge for us there. Jin will come down onto the board and hopefully start threatening the opponent's life total. The Faerie Vandal was a very good draw. Lay down arms, ward 2. And it still ends up hitting, doesn't it? That's a shame. Uh-oh, guys. Faerie Vandal. What's their last card in hand? They still got something. Oh, cycle out. Okay. I'm going to get the Faerie Vandal down now, because we're going to do that regardless this turn. Still 4 mana available. Mastermind. That's what I'm talking about, guys. But first of all, we're going to draw 2 for the turn. See what we see. Swing for 2. Training grounds. Let's go, dude. We're seeing stuff. All right. Mastermind can be flashed down. We have Soaring City available. And Training Grounds makes the Mastermind's ability... Oh. You know what? No, never mind. I accept this fate. Mastermind Flash is still really good. Okay, that's everything from the opponent. Activate ability. We draw 2 here. Ooh, Leveler. Hopefully we didn't give the opponent something good. Leveler's great, man. Leveler's so good. I guess we'll take out their incubator token, right? I guess Soaring City could have done the same thing, but getting an 8/8 trample on the board when they could potentially be running out of stuff is really good. We want to wait till their turn to actually draw, so that way we draw 2 off of Masterminds and stuff. For the second one, at least. Okay, they must not have anything in hand then. Unless they do. Because that still targets it, so... Soaring City available, and the extra planes here isn't very good, but at least we're seeing stuff this game. We're 54 minutes in, guys. I do know one thing, I definitely got to wrap it up for the evening, so hopefully the game doesn't take too much longer. Power Stone token open. They could easily find more board wipes. Yeah, I guess they were just waiting for the right moment to drop their board wipes, right? That's what we were confused about for a few turns there when they weren't doing anything. Alright, let's activate this a couple times. Or maybe I shouldn't, because they might just find removal. Oh, that's perfect. Faerie Vandal. That's something we want to see, guys. We technically have lethal on the board here. Platoon Dispenser. Let's go for it. Come on, guys. Come on. Hit the mark. Oh no, it's gonna be a Wandering Emperor or something. Soul Partition. There's a possibility that we see a counter spell. Well, no, it's only make disappear in here. This is more damage though. And going for it, guys. I'm crazy. I'm just having fun with that now that we actually can play Faerie Mastermind. Oh, Fading Hope. There we go. That's pretty good. I guess we could have done Soaring City on it too. Yeah, it's more expensive though. We wouldn't be able to cast it out. Soul Partition would have made it cost 10, right? Hitting for 4, we restocked the opponent's control hand, which is super sketchy. So, I guess... Yeah, drew the Wandering Emperor. Oh man, opponent. I guess the draws on the Mastermind is really, really bad. Versus control especially, right? So they don't gain the 2. We can flash that back down on their turn. We do it at the end of their turn because they could just drop more. We only have 17 cards remaining in the deck, guys. We drew way too much here. Oh, man. The Cityscape Leveler needed to land. So yeah, if I didn't have them draw too much, they still could have had the Wandering Emperor in hand, so that is a possibility. That they ended up just still having it. +1. They know we have Faerie Vandal.
We've got the edge in this fight.
And Mastermind still cost a couple, so... At this point, we need to stop having the opponent draw. And just go for the victory. With Platoon Dispenser or something. Leveler too, but let's see if the swing hits the Emperor. Because they're back down to 2 cards, and we're keeping pretty stocked up here. So now...
Until next time, then.
Oh, I could have just taken it out with Cityscape Leveler. I could have swung face there. Let's keep Leveler back then until there's something more important to actually see. And we can go a little bit wider with our Dispensary. Also make sure we get the draw on Dispensary here too. Actually, if we would have gotten Faerie Vandal down first, but then again, we might run into a board wipe too, so... There we go, Urza can help us wrap up this game, because we have Mightstone and Weakstone on the board, guys. Come on, man. Let's see it. When it cycles out, we draw a card too. Sweet. Another Urza. Yeah, dude, these could have been insane earlier, huh? Another Jace. Okay. Oh, Jace. We only have 14 cards. Oh no, this one was my fault, wasn't it? Wasn't it, guys? Oh no, guys. Well, it is what it is, man. Hey, good game, opponent. This one had to have been my fault because I had them draw too much. Well, okay, we don't know 100% certain because they still might have had something in hand, but we still showcased the deck relatively well there, right? I'm so sorry, guys. That's a rough way to lose. Just being decked out by Jace because the game went on too long. Guys, I'm not going to take too long to go over the deck because we are almost an hour in, so we're going to blitz this real quick, right? Azorius Training Grounds. This one is janky as all get out, man. I would definitely go up the 4th Make Disappear. Pretty important. Drop down to 3 Training Grounds. That's an easy trade out. The Urza, Mightstone, Weakstone, I like the 3 of both of them. I would drop down to 2 Union of the Third Path and go up some generic removal or a couple more counter spells as well. I liked the 2 Thran Spiders, 2 Platoon Dispensaries, and the 2 Cityscape Levelers were all solid. We just need to rearrange a little bit here. 24 total land should technically be totally fine, but It wasn't in a lot of those games, so we could talk about the 25th. What would I drop for it? Probably one of the masterminds, honestly. And this happened to be detrimental in the final game too, so maybe we just need to trade out the card completely. But then that kind of ruins the idea of the training grounds, right? Very, very janky build, guys. Definitely on the do not craft list. But if you actually have the cards, then give it a shot and let me know if it does a little better than what I was able to do today. Because a couple of those games, I feel like I lost mainly because of me. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you did make it this far, for real, y'all are champions because we're over an hour in. I don't have too many videos that are over an hour, and they mainly for good reasons, right? Number one, YouTube algorithm is a pain in the butt. And number two, of course, it's hard to find that extra time, right? So either way, guys, thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.